guys! So I'm so excited about this video because I struggle so badly with what type of foundation to wear. So we're going to cover from start to finish. I actually forgot to grab something, so we're going to travel a little bit. I just want y'all to know that I have an ulcer, so if I'm talking funny, that's why. It's not actually what I was going to tell you. What I was going to tell you is I made my bed just for this video. Because look, isn't it cute? I got a new comforter. Actually, I got a duvet cover. So, here's the deal. It doesn't matter what foundation you're wearing. Make sure you did your skincare and moisturized, right? Now, I'm going to apply this glorious primer because it's absolutely the most amazing thing to go under your foundation. Let's see, I have some notes to help me along here. Let's see, it goes before your makeup because it helps your makeup last longer. And it creates a perfect slate for your makeup. It fills in the little creases and crevices. That way you don't see as many of the fine lines and wrinkles, and I don't know, it just soaks in so that the foundation will sit on top of your skin instead of soaking in. Which is also good because, you know, whenever your foundation soaks in, it's going to clog your pores, and we don't want that. Okay, so let's start with dry skin. If you have extremely dry skin, like no oil at all, the best thing that I would suggest for you is this cream foundation. All of our foundations come in this little compact thing, and they have, or not all of them come in the compact. The ones that come in the compact have this little guard, and they all come with one of those little flat sponges, and I've lost mine because I don't use them. But those sponges absorb so much bacteria, and it just grows. And whenever it sits on top of your makeup, it soaks into your makeup, and your makeup causes it to grow more. So keeping it out here is really healthy for your skin. So this cream, I mean, it's just a normal cream. You spread it on. As y'all can see, I'm really white. This is scarlet. This is the color I wear every day. Let's see. This provides pretty good coverage. It's really soft. It is, however, cream based, and if you have oily skin, it may get kind of cakey. It's going to be dewy. It's not going to be a matte finish. So if you use it and you want a matte finish, be sure and apply some powder over it. But the moisture in the cream should be good for dry skin. Next, we have combination skin. And so the best thing for that, I think, is this BB Flawless. It's a BB cream. It's a tinted moisturizer. It's a complexion enhancer, so it helps repair your skin. It is very light coverage. I'll actually put a little on so you can see. So light coverage. I normally don't wear primer under it because I have a little bit more than combination skin, I guess. Sometimes my face gets a little oily, so I normally wear it by itself, but it's not a big deal. So I'm going to rub in. I don't know if you can see it, but it does provide just a little bit of coverage. Sometimes I even mix concealer in it so that I have that moisturizing and complexion enhancing, but I have a higher coverage level. So that's BB Flawless. Now, if you want to have the BB Flawless for the complexion enhancing and the moisturizing, but you want more coverage, my suggestion to you is to add some powder on top. And I was not intelligent enough to grab my brushes whenever I did this, which are over here. I have reset up on my makeup, and so I'm trying to get used to it. Let's see. So my favorite brush for the powder is, in fact, the Powder Puff brush. It's big and fluffy. Fluffy! And that cream just grabs on to the powder. It helps you build your coverage. See? You can tell. Ooh! It's really easy. Okay, so there's that. So that's for combination skin. The next thing for combination skin is this right here. It is a 2-in-1. Liquid turns to powder. And the coverage on this is absolutely flawless. And I'm going to show you. What you want to do is you want to squeeze the dropper and shake it up, because it will separate because of the different ingredients. And that's completely normal, so don't freak out. Just shake it up. Take your little brush here, and I normally use 5 to 6 drops for my whole face, but I'm only going to do half, so I'll use about 3 or 4. And I'm going to dot it around my face, and I'm just going to buff it in. Now, sometimes some of the color foundations are different consistencies than others, and that is normal because it takes different ingredients to get different colors. Now the base is the same, and it is lightly scented, so just a fair warning. I like the way it smells, but see, there's really not a ton of difference after I added the powder. I like the color. I just buff it in. So the different consistencies. Scarlet is pretty thick. It sits on top of the brush really well. However, I had an organza that soaked into the brush. And I was like, oh, what if it doesn't work? But whenever I went to apply it, as I push down on the brush, it comes out. The bristles are really short, so the makeup just kind of hangs out in there, and you press down as you rotate and do your circles, and the makeup applies flawlessly. So you don't have to worry about that. So that is my other suggestion. Now you can use this with dry skin. You're just not going to get as much moisture. And it does kind of dry to a powdery finish, so I'm not really sure how that would sit on dry skin. If you have oily skin, my suggestion is to use powder. The pressed powder has awesome coverage on its own. It use the primer and the powder, and I mean, you can rock a flawless look all day. It's really amazing. You can apply it with the sponge or with the powder puff brush, whatever makes you happy. So those are, you know, the different types of foundation. Now my next favorite product, and I need another brush, is this concealer. See how skinny it is? It's not normally that skinny. I have used the crap out of this thing. Let's see. I'll grab another one so you can see how full it normally is. And I like to use this baby. It's the concealer brush. So, this isn't even a new one. Like, I've used this one quite a few times. This is Velour. And, you know, I use it every once in a while. This is my Scarlet. See the difference? But I really like this. It's so easy to apply to. And it doesn't take much at all. I just take it and I put a small dot. That right there, that is all I need. It's actually probably more than I need. So I'm going to apply a dot on every corner of my eyes. And then I normally have a couple scars down here I like to cover up. And then I like to put a little on the bridge of my nose. Right? Easy enough. So what I'm going to do here is draw a V. You don't want to do a semicircle like this and just cover in and there, because rather than hiding that, it's going to, you know, draw attention because there's more makeup and it's going to be brighter. So you want to draw a V. I'm sorry this video is getting so long. I'm going to try to hurry. So I'm going to fill in this V, and by doing a V, it draws the makeup down and away from the eye, and it spreads out the focus point, the focal point. So this side's got powder on it. It's going to be a little bit harder to blend. It's better to do this before you apply powder. And if you have oily skin and want to try a powder foundation but still want some extra coverage, do this before you apply your powder. Now your other thing to think about is, for me it's not an issue because I wear Scarlet foundation and Scarlet concealer. But if you want to highlight, then pick a shade that's 2 shades, 1 shade, somewhere in there, lighter than your actual foundation color. And that helps highlight everything. If you just want to conceal blemishes or whatever, order the same color as your foundation. I use the same color as my foundation because I am Scarlet, and Scarlet is the lightest color they offer. I got white girl stuff going on over here. I mean, like, I've always been made fun of for how white I am. But you can kind of see how it kind of glows and it elongates this area so that it pulls any focus, you know, long instead of being right there where my dark circles and my bags are under my eyes. Now, I have noticed my bags are getting better since I started using Uplift every day, so I'm excited about that. But I'm going to check myself out in the mirror. I think it looks pretty even, looks pretty good. You know, if you have any questions, let me know. Having a foundation that works with your skin type is really important. You want to avoid cakiness, you want to avoid creasing and oiliness and oxidizing and all of that. I did have a friend that was like, oh my gosh, everything oxidizes on me. So I said, let's try the liquid foundation, and it didn't oxidize on her. It stayed the same color all night long, and so it was flawless, and she is in love with it, and she's getting ready to order it. So if you have issues with oxidizing, I suggest trying the liquid foundation too. So that's all I have for you about, you know, foundation types. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to answer them, and I'll see y'all in a little while.